The date is Monday the 1st of March. 10 days until the Snyder Cut is released on HBO Max, and honestly, I still don't know how to feel about the whole thing. It's confusing, and I think it's a big moment for fans in the way of you don't like a movie, so you can go and you can convince the studio to pour loads of money into making it again, not in the director's original vision. That's really what I want to hammer home for this. This is not Zack Snyder's original vision for Justice League, and if you're a DC fan and you're offended by that, fine, but you have to admit that it's not going to be, because it's his original vision, but with the benefit of hindsight. So we don't really know what ended up in the Whedon cut that was originally thought by Zack Snyder, because under contract he is not allowed to say. That's Josh Whedon, that is. And, he's kind of got bigger things going on at the minute. And also, Zack Snyder, he's not going to admit to any bad things in the Whedon cut that were originally put there by him. It's not his original vision, because he can see something that he wanted to have in the cut that he put in the Whedon cut. And he can say, he can turn right around and not put it in the second one, because he has that benefit of hindsight to say, yeah, that didn't work, we're not going to put that in. And I still haven't seen the original Justice League. But as somebody who has seen other Zack Snyder movies, I'm almost sure I'm not going to enjoy this. Mainly, it's because I'm a massive Marvel fan. I will pick Marvel over DC any day of the week, and that's fine. You can enjoy your own things. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. I don't think they're for me, personally, and that's fine. They're clearly not meant for me. I'm just, a fan of movies, and I can enjoy what movies I want, and I can dislike what movies I want. And I still think the Batman vs Superman is the worst movie I've ever seen. If you think it's the best movie you've ever seen, fair enough. I mean, that speaks to you. It doesn't speak to me, but it speaks to you, which means it's achieved as a movie. If it makes you feel something, it is achieved. The worst thing a movie can be is boring, and it was boring to me. I didn't enjoy it. I had an awful time, but that's just me. Maybe it was different for you, and if it was, then I'm glad. And I'm really glad it made you feel something. But for me, I felt nothing. And I tried to watch Man of Steel, I felt nothing. I watched my favourite Zack Snyder movie on Netflix a couple of months back. It was called Sucker Punch. That's my favourite movie by him. I haven't seen 300. I might watch it before Justice League. But, the thing is, Sucker Punch is my favourite movie by him. And it's like Scott Pilgrim. It's his version of Scott Pilgrim. It's insane, it's crazy, does what it wants, but didn't make me feel anything. And it was fun and it was twisty and turny, but I still don't fully understand it. And to me, it just didn't make sense, and it was an over-bloated, over-CGI mess of a movie. And that's what I feel like Zack Snyder is. He's big ideas, he's big moments, and that's fine, and some people enjoy that. But again, as I said, me personally, that's nothing to me. And Batman v Superman, it's good for about the first hour, then it drops off. And I mean, I can't say anything against him, because one of my favourite directors, Christopher Nolan, works very closely with him. He's got an executive producer thing on a lot of the DC movies. I don't know how much he's involved. I know executive producers usually aren't involved as much as some people think they are, but, here, it certainly looks like he was quite vocal and quite involved. And to me, Marvel are just better. They're more fun to watch. You can switch off, and it's the fun of thinking about what comes next. And the worst that Marvel has ever been, which is Captain Marvel, is probably the most boring, maybe apart from Thor 2. That's up for debate, but it's the most bored I've ever been, and yet I was still having an insane amount of fun just being in that cinema around the people who think the same thing. And that meant something to me. Like, Marvel makes me feel stuff. I laugh, I cry, and I think about myself, and I think about my future, and the fact that I could be 80 and these movies could still be going, and that's looking, even more likely with WandaVision doing insanely well. And I just I don't feel anything. It doesn't make me feel anything. And everyone's getting hyped for the Justice League. I don't know if... What if it's bad? You know, that's something you have to prepare yourself for. It's what I got worried for before Avengers Endgame. Definitely. I remember very distinctly walking through, and I just was thinking, it was the day that it came out, I just thought, what if this is bad? What if we've, poured all of our trust into this one thing, and then it's bad, and then I saw it, and I know some people don't like it, but it was all that I wanted it to be, and more. It was terrific. It was incredible. One of the best experiences of my life, and I say that genuinely. Just sitting in that cinema, people were laughing, people were crying, I was bawling my eyes out. And it makes me feel part of something. I have Marvel group chats, I have people I can talk to about Marvel, and there's a whole online community, and people argue and stuff, and it's fine, but we agree on the little things, and I think that's what is different with DC fans. You have different subsets of people. You have, the release the Snyder Cut people. You have people who love Justice League and defended it when it came out, and people who don't like Batman v Superman, and fans of the old movies like the Christopher Reeve movies, the Christopher Nolan movies, and think they should go back to that, and that's perfectly fine too. But I just feel like with Marvel, there's more connectivity in the movies and with the fans. I don't have a script for this, by the way. It's just recording. I should probably turn it like that so you can see. Because I have no script. This is just my genuine feelings 10 days before Zack Snyder's The Justice League. It's all my podcasts I've been talking about for ages. I probably wouldn't watch it if it wasn't as big a deal that the internet has made it. If, it was something and they just said we're doing it, and there wasn't that kind of internet outcry, my podcast haven't been talking about it for weeks and weeks, I wouldn't see it. But it's weird to me. And, I hope it's good. And I hope that everyone agrees that it's good. And I hope that everyone has a fun time with it. I hope I enjoy it. I don't know if I will, but I hope that I do. So, this is me. It's my honest thoughts. Don't know what else to say. It's my honest thoughts a good few weeks before Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, that's all for today.